Brosplay! Hey, welcome back.
Great. You have the 20
Yep.
cells needed to power
Sorry, I didn't mean to burp in the mic. I'm sorry.
Careful.
I thought she was gonna respond to you, but she didn't really.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll edit out that burp so you won't even know what happened.
And now they'll be confused.
Oh, look, he just swallowed. That's the opposite of a burp.
It's because you know that... Oh, Daxter doesn't like dying. He's always so nervous about dying. I thought he was nervous about the girl.
Oh, right. Daxter. How did you get them over there if you can't...
They float, dude.
Don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Blue Sage's lab.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to teleport
Oh, right. There's multiple sages.
Good luck.
So the one in your town is the green sage?
Oh, right. That's why the second game is so cool, because they're like you're finding like relics of like the old world.
Okay, so you need those balloons to cool... Yeah, so you can't hit those at all, I guess. But yeah, you need the balloons to cool off, so you got overheat on your left.
Okay, so what I was mentioning about Mario 64, like one of the best examples of... I really thought I could jump that.
You can jump. You can jump like 4 inches.
I know. That's what I was like. I was like, why would they put it there?
If I can't jump it.
I guess I'm supposed to like hit it really hard. Like I'm supposed to like drift like I'm playing.
This could be bad.
Anyway, the star number on doors in Mario 64 is like one of the best examples of conveyance, because no one ever has to explain that you need 5 stars to open this door.
Yeah, it's
such a good
immediately
example.
obvious. Yeah, you got to hit way more balloons next time.
All right.
Oh, you almost hit that one.
I was clearly distracted by what I was saying about 64. Every so often, your conversation and game try to merge into the same lane at the same time, and you know, it's problems.
Yeah, and the game is a transport truck, and your conversation is a Ferrari. So sometimes that merge doesn't work out. Sometimes that merge is really awkward. You're gonna overheat, bro.
I heard
You're already done.
I heard a great mashup of words. The like a really nice van being referred to as a van Brigani.
It's a pretty good term.
I love Ontarian slang. Like I don't think I've heard a person refer to a cigarette as anything but a dart in years.
Yeah, I actually love that expression.
I actually at first didn't like it, but it's like you can say it so much faster. Like he's like going out for a dart, he's darting.
Yeah, because the only other options are you either need to abbreviate it, like SIGs,
And
or
SIGs
rets.
is like a real douchebag way to say it.
Do you know what they call it in Britain?
Fags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's way worse.
And if you ask someone for one, like to borrow one, I guess, it's referred to as bumming. So you end up saying bum a fag.
Ugh.
Seriously. And it's
That's
like a
not
totally
really-
normal, as far as I know. I mean,
It just sounds weirder.
the
Why
last
wouldn't you
time,
say, oh,
last time Dane was in the UK, he said someone asked him if they could bum a fag, and he's like, excuse me? But see right here, this is where there'd be like a loading screen. This is where a lot of games would like take control of the camera and show you the entire room.
Yeah,
This is
it's
where Wind
true.
Waker would be like, look at the room. While it's here, they just let you fucking go. Minimize interruptions is the very important thing here.
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Shpa!
Oh, I thought the bird was gonna get sucked in.
And then he gets sucked in at the same time that this guy goes pushed out, and they get like fused together, and he's got like a bird head.
No,
and,
the
like,
wooden-
the log is through the bird's head.
The log is the bird head. On either side, there's a bird head.
The actor who does her voice is phenomenal, man. Also the old guy too. I really like that voice.
It looks like the Blue Sage.
And I love whoever like worked on Jack's eyes. All of his expression
Solid.
comes out of his eyes.
Solid.
I guess you two are going
I'm so excited to get to the second game, man. It's so good. It takes all these great ideas, and like from this game and just pushes them further.
It's also not this wordy.
It's got cinematics, but
It's got cinematics, but the difference is that when they send you into the world, it's, hey, drive across the town, go do this mission, bring me something back, and then I'll give you a new mission.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, you do these long talking scenes, and then you spend, like, it's weird, having the 8 power cores in one place. I don't know if I like that.
8? Is there 8?
Well, I don't know how many it is, but there's multiple power cores in every area, so it feels like Super Mario, except you have to do them all at once.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day with Neo being a game very much based on. Fuck, you're very distracting.
See, yeah, they are great voice actors, but they're in
45
my
power
way.
cells, Jesus. So this game is very Mario 64. I'm going to avoid you because I need to make a conversation. And Neo is very much like Dark Souls. And the issue with doing that is that you compared to it. If you made your own thing, like if Neo didn't do the soul-dropping, really hard bosses and shit, then there'd be no problems. I wouldn't compare it to Dark Souls, and I wouldn't say this is clearly an inferior version of Dark Souls. But if Neo did its own thing, yeah, then it would have been a great game.
And I think it's the same here. I don't think this game was designed to be done that way. I think the method of going to a place for a specific purpose, fulfilling that purpose, and then going back to your quest giver, I think that was so cool. I really liked that method.
For sure.
I would say that was more actually like Mercenaries, where you have multiple quest givers, you can choose who you want to go through, and then but once you finish that quest line, you have to go obviously and complete another one.
I'm a big fan of the way that quests are done in Breath of the Wild, where you're rarely getting, like probably less than half of the time are you actually getting something from the person that gave you the quest. For the most part, the quest is more like a line on a thing you've heard about. So someone will just be like, I heard there's this like crazy treasure over there, and then you can find the treasure, and then I think you get something from going back to them, but in some cases, like the thing that you get from the quest is just whatever's at the end. Like they're not a quest giver; they're just a person who told you about the thing.
And the quest is really just an actual quest.
Yeah, and they do, like the quests are local. You're not flying across the map. Like one of my big gripes with what's it called? Horizon Zero Dawn is that a lot of the main quests, you'll be in the middle of the map, and then they'll tell you to go to the top of the map, and then once you do it, you have to go back to the middle of the map. So you have to use a fast travel pack, and in that game, you actually have to get resources for fast travel packs.
So the quest is now actually costing you.
Yeah, quest costs you, yeah. For no real good reason either.
I think you got to jump into them.
I just gotta cut the corners, man. Gotta take the inside track. Whoa!
Yeah, you got to jump into
Whoa,
them. Like, you
depth
got to
perception.
actually hit them.
Holy shit! I gotta watch the the way that I did. He said he could have a power cell.
I think there might be multiples.
The way that I'm doing it now, because of my depth perception issue, is I'm using the shadow.
Yeah, because that tells you how close they actually
Yeah.
are, even though there wouldn't be a shadow right now.
Because there's no sun.
There's no sun.
Well, maybe it's like dark eco in the sky or something.
And it produces still doesn't even make sense. The sky wouldn't be that color if it was producing light.
This
to
is a
make
world
shadow.
where you can absorb energy.
I am a scientist. Don't you question me.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is on an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it just reminded me how good he is as a voice actor.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The way he says, he's like, this may not, there's like, when I explain astronomy to you, you may not just pass your test, but have a better understanding of the universe. It's like, fuck yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Because that's the point. It's not about passing your test, especially tests. Tests are such a weird representation of your knowledge. If I can give you an example,
We don't have time, sorry.
we are out of time. Sorry, your example will have to wait until tomorrow.
Holy
shit. That's tough. So if I like went exclusively off the information I learned from school, I only took maybe 2 classes on soil. Probably really more like 1. But
most of your tests were
let's say
taken on
2.
soil because otherwise you'd be in the air.
No, most of my tests were for rock. Most of my education is
That was like
with
a smart
rock.
alecky, like.
I know.
Okay. All right,
And I'm
cool.
just shutting you down
Oh,
because
okay.
you're. you
Yeah, go
know,
ahead.
Being smart, Alex. What is this for? Oh.
Remember this?
No,
They did
that's
this
sweet.
in
But yeah,
the
they did this in the
second
third
game.
game.
And the third game, yeah, but they were like side things. It was like you get like a precursor orb, because in the second and third game, precursor orbs are collectibles for cheats, and they were like very sparse.
Rare,
Whereas this game,
yeah.
I'm collecting hundreds. Later on, it's like, I don't know, 50 total or something like that.
I kind of like that. Oh, whoa, dark eco plants. You gotta get the
Yeah.
green eco well,
Yeah.
but later. I like that they're actually giving you the bike for a lot of these missions now.
Yeah, this is super fun, man. Like, this is... That last level should have been the first level. The first level was really boring, especially how it was, like, split into two, and I was supposed to just understand that.
Yeah, I didn't really get how you were supposed to go from one place to get the well to start to go to the other place.
Shit.
At least this isn't timed.
Well, it doesn't feel like it is, but it might actually be.
That's true, they might disappear. So what I was saying was I did all this education, and none of it had to do with soil, but now I work in soil. So
right.
Obviously you have to do all of this, additional learning, but it just proves that what you know on a test is irrelevant, because if you're to get a job, or if you, had some sort of a need for the information, you would go and learn it.
Mm-hmm.
You would go and refresh it in your brain. You wouldn't have to have it all on the top of your head. You wouldn't... Oh, it went away. You missed it.
This is so much better than ukulele. Seriously, dude. Like, I'm not trying to shit on ukulele. I was super stoked about it. Like, I was really excited because I don't have an N64, and they're now at a point where they're relatively expensive. Like, it's about as much as, like, a PlayStation 3.
What are you doing, bro?
I don't know. I was just resetting for some reason.
I won't reset your health. Go to the green eco well, though. That will give you all your health back.
Where's the eco well? Is it back here?
No, it was by the plants. Remember the dark eco plants?
Like this game is doing like all this like open world visual clarity stuff so much better than ukulele. It's kind of sad.
And ukulele is a 2016 game?
Yeah, 2017 I think.
2017.
Yeah,
geez.
April 2017. It was it's made by the same company, or a lot of the same minds that made Banjo-Kazooie. And so people were hailing it as being like, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be an updated version of it. But the thing about Banjo-Kazooie is that the collectibles felt good because they were in like really nice... Like the way that I'm picking up precursor orbs in the same path that I already need to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Banjo-Kazooie did it. While there's a lot of... oh, dude, I actually have... Oh, that's green eco. Never mind. Sorry, I thought that was power.
Like blue? Oh, that would have been sweet.
That would have been neato.
He's smarter than that, though. He cut that corner pretty good.
Yeah, the levels in Banjo-Kazooie were vast, but they felt good because everything had a purpose, while as ukulele and the second Banjo game are a little less of that.
Bitch! Didn't even see us coming. That was awesome.
I love how he takes the same path.
Yeah, that's pretty convenient. Although that kind of reminds me of the Renegade orbs from Crackdown.
Because I'm a renegade.
What?
Orb.
You want to come and chase me?
Pussy motherfucker.
Hey, that is offensive. Oh, you have to wipe out the Scourge, dude. They're growing. Go get more. Go get more.
Interesting. Very interesting. Here we go. Here we go.
They grow fast. I think you got to work your way from the outside inwards.
They probably grow next to each other, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you got to take out this little... Okay, go get more.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do this.
Man. You can do it. You're actually doing great on the first attempt. You've like cut it down significantly from what it was. Yeah, you gotta get all the edge ones.
I think the key is like control, not going so fast.
Actually, I don't even know, man. You're right. I don't know if this is gonna be doable.
Well, it's feeling like it's like plausible.
Wow. It's aggressive though.
It's very aggressive, yeah. Holy shit!
I think you gotta go faster than this. But
so.
that's the thing. You gotta hit all those edge ones, because if you miss a single one on the edge, it'll grow back.
Yeah, I don't know if they grow next to something. I think. Oh, I guess maybe they do.
Yeah, I'm thinking they do.
This may be fruitless.
No, I think you're getting it. I think it's getting close. It's just this rock is now in an uncomfortable spot. But yeah, this is working. This is working. You're getting there.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's causing me to think. Imagine that, thinking in a video game.
Yeah, see, they're definitely spawning next to them. You gotta go get more. You gotta go get more. No, they're growing. They're growing.
Ah!
Oh, no. Oh,
Tearing
no.
fast a bike. I love how in the second game, certain bikes, like the different colors, had different strengths. Like some were faster,
Yeah,
some
the
turned better.
blue and the yellow one. The
so
one that was
cool.
like light blue with yellow was always the fastest.
Hey! I love.
Nice.
Where did those plants go, man? They're not in any of the other games.
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Sort of. Like there's dark eco plants that you have to put green eco over to destroy them.
Oh yeah, I remember
in the
that.
forest.
But I mean, like big beautiful plants like that look like they're from a Nintendo game.
That's true. You don't really get the same kind of foliage in 2 and 3. I really hope. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it would be nice if the people watching have played Jak 2 and 3, just so that they have some sort of a reference for all the things we're talking about that aren't in this game.
Well, if the channel's unpopularity continues, then we might have already played Jak 2.
Yes, and then hopefully they can just go check. But they're still gonna watch it in this order, ideally.
Well,
Maybe.
depends on their
Possibly.
Depends
when they show up.
There's so many different reasons to watch a Let's Play. Some people just want to watch that game. Some people think it works well with the people. Some people just want to hang out and they don't give a fuck what they're watching.
I don't think a lot of people are gonna want to watch this game.
Really? I actually
No,
this is
no,
like
I
one of
meant,
my
like-
most, one of the most interesting games in my opinion.
No, I meant from perspective of like, oh, I can't afford Jak and Daxter, so I'm gonna watch people play a Let's Play of Jak and Daxter. Like this game
Oh.
doesn't look, it's not like you would want to watch this game just to see, what happens in Jak and Daxter.
Well, if you don't have a PlayStation 2, which is pretty like a few people will have a PS2, I would say.
It's actually a good point. It is a retro
It's
game,
really cheap, by the way. Like you can get a PlayStation 2 for like $30 Canadian.
and then this game for like $5.
I found 2 copies of this game for $5,
There you go.
and I keep finding them. I couldn't find it at first, and then I keep finding it.
Which is kind of shitty, actually.
But the interesting thing is that it's so easy to get PlayStation 2 games, and it's super hard to get anything Nintendo, and it's because people held on to it.
Yeah,
It's just like an example.
that could have been bad.
An example of how prolific Nintendo games have become.
Well, and how much attention to detail goes into a Nintendo game.
Polish.
Well, also,
Nintendo polish.
here's another thing. The PlayStation 3, vastly superior to the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2, vastly superior to the PlayStation 1, right?
As far as hardware goes, but PS2 had significantly better games.
But that is what I mean, though. The hardware is better. It feels better. There's more interactivity. There's more options. Whereas you go from the GameCube to the Wii,
it's like the same hardware.
and it's not necessarily better in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I prefer the GameCube. And then you go to the Wii U, and people didn't even know what it was. And then you go to the Switch, and people still don't know what it is. So everyone with a GameCube is going, I'm not selling this until Nintendo makes a real console for me. And maybe that's the Switch. I don't really know.
I think you can play GameCube games on a Wii.
You can, but the problem is that, there's nothing, why am I buying a $200 device? To play GameCube games? Right?
Yeah, well,
like, they
there's
didn't
also
come out with anything on the Wii.
Also a virtual system on there. And
Like, for
and
what?
and
For
the
GameCube?
Wii U has a virtual Wii system on it. So
I
you
guess,
can
yeah, and
play
the
Wii
same
games
as
on a Wii U.
the same as a PlayStation 3, right?
I don't know, because that was like the first era where that wasn't where like that
I
was
think
no
you were
longer,
supposed to get that.
Was that really?
Yeah.
That was like the first era where it was no longer just as simple as backwards compatibility. 360 had a limited selection of Xbox games that could be played on there. And then you can't play anything on a PS4 but PS4 games unless it's through the virtual system via PS Now or the PlayStation 2 on PS4. But you can't throw you couldn't throw this into my PS4 and play it,
Really?
which is unfortunate because it would actually be easier to record and a better controller. I think the PS2 controller is the coolest looking. Fuck. But the PlayStation 4 is probably the best controller I've ever used in my life.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that well designed?
I love it. It looks dumb, but it feels good.
So that's what's just always been weird for me about the newer consoles, is that I feel like Xbox and PlayStation haven't really deviated a ton, and I think that's sort of in a lot of ways for the better.
Yeah, in one way though, the shit, sorry, I had to focus. In one way, Xbox is totally killing it. The backwards compatibility is way better
In Xbox?
on Xbox One. Yeah, if you have, there's like a code on the disc for an Xbox 360 game, and you can just put that disc or that code in. And you just have it. Like, you just download it and you just have it. That's it. Like, you don't have to rebuy it or anything.
Wow.
Whereas if I want to get a PS2 game on PS4, I gotta buy it again.
So that is definitely better.
Yeah. what? How do I get up there? I wonder if that's probably in a different area.
Up on top of the cliffs?
Yeah. Well, no, up on top of this precursor area.
Oh, I've not. Yeah, I've not
I
seen a way out.
haven't played this in years now. Like this part, this is where where my familiarity is gone. I don't
really
remember
ended.
anything.
Yeah. You want to try and get the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize if this is making anyone motion sickness.
Is this making you motion sickness?
Are you
Do
motion
need
sickness?
a pill?
All right. Thank you for joining us. We're cutting this one like really 20 minutes, like super 20 minutes. You
A
know,
lean 20
a
minutes.
lean 20. Yeah.
Next time, Gates.
Yep.
Gates to purple hell.